All right, it's exactly 32 minutes after 6. Let's find out what the headlines look like as captured by myjoyonline.com. We'll start with the Daily Graphic newspaper. AMA to sell Osei Kufuor's building failed to pay rents. So the story says that the Accra Metropolitan Assembly has issued an ultimatum to a former Black Stars player, Samuel Osei Kufuor, to pay the property rate in respect of a house he owns on the Ring Road in Accra, or risk having the property sold to defray the debts. Amazing. President inaugurates Juraman Community SHS. That's another headline there. NGAS VRA Power Ministry in talks over debts. A high-powered meeting was held yesterday, according to this report, among the Ministry of Power, the VRA, and Nigeria Gas to discuss how best the debt crisis that has rocked the national power generator could be resolved. Details of that meeting will be out today. We will know because, you know, the deadline that was given was today, Wednesday. If we don't pay, I think about $180 million, we will not have power, or we will have the gas being cut from Nigeria to Ghana. What's new on that? We'll let you know. Boss to export petroleum products to Burkina Faso says that the petroleum depot rehabilitated at a cost of $150 million to serve as a supply terminal for the Upper East regions has been inaugurated in Bolgatanga. Details of that you can find in the Daily Graphic newspaper. Let's move on to the Daily Guide now. Lawyers fight Anas over mask. Lawyers for some of the high-profile judges caught in the alleged bribery and corruption scandal that has rocked Ghana's judiciary say the process leading to possible impeachment of the judges being okay. So continuation missing, but you can find in the Daily Guide newspaper. Afoko gang storms courts. A group of persons numbering over 15 Tuesday besieged the Kaneshie Magistrate Court in Accra in readiness to attack members of the family of the late Upper East Regional Chairman of the NPP, Adams Mahama. We're moving on. Catholic bishops favor new register. So the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference says the Electoral Commission should take urgent steps to investigate the allegation that about 76,000 persons from neighboring Togo have their names in Ghana's biometric voter register. The final newspaper now, government dragged to court over alleged plagiarism. Story says that a renowned Ghanaian political geographer, Professor Raymond Bagolo Benin, has used Ghana government or has sued Ghana government for infringing on his intellectual property rights. It will be interesting reading the details of this one. VRA owes banks some $1.3 billion. The VRA owes banks over $1.3 billion and therefore cannot pay its debt to Nigeria for gas supply. But as we understood with our conversations yesterday, particularly on my banner, ECG is not able to pay VRA, therefore VRA is also not able to pay Ghana Gas, and Ghana Gas can also not pay the Nigerian supplier. So the chain, it's a whole chain. If one person is not coming forward with his or her commitment, then it affects all the others, just like that. Let's move on to the Business and Financial Times newspaper. Boss to fuel Burkinabe market Mali, others to follow later. Second-hand fridges bear energy rating label. So checks by the BNFT indicate that retailers of used refrigerator sets are conspicuously labeling the banned household electronic items and selling them to unsuspecting consumers. We will do everything illegal to make money, won't we? All right, that's it with what the newspapers are reporting, at least as captured by myjoyonline.com. Quickly, we'll find out some detailed stories on myjoyonline.com. Let's see what we've got here. Next on myjoyonline, contempt of Parliament charge looms over Professor Stephen Adai after glorified thieves comment. Just a bit of it for you on the side. It says that in a highly explosive commentary, former rector of GEMPA, Professor Stephen Adai, says 8 out of 10 politicians are nothing more than glorified thieves. He says he was shocked to have been told that parliamentarians in Ghana now need to be bribed before passing a law. Okay, so this background we know already. I guess you can continue to read a lot more, because after those comments that he made, certain people have come out, and now we hear he will even be making an appearance before the Privileges Committee. We don't know. I mean, he said politician. He didn't say MPs, did he? But, you know, you can connect it if you like. Let's look at this other story on myjoyonline.com. Akua Donkor wanted for fraud. It says that a 70-year-old retired teacher has accused the founder of the Ghana Freedom Party of defrauding him to the tune of 25,000 Ghana cedis under the pretext of selling a cocoa farm to him. Opening Kwekudia, speaking on Inshira FM in Kumasi, claimed he paid the amount to the political leader in 2012 after the two agreed that Akua Donkor would sell a cocoa farm to him. He added that Akua Donkor issued a receipt to cover only the first installment of 10,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, so full details also right here at myjoyonline.com. Interesting, isn't it? Let's look at what CTFM is reporting today. We don't believe PRC published findings to support 75% claim, and the story says that the Consumer Protection Agency, CPA, has challenged the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission to substantiate its claims that about 75% Ghanaians want to pay more for power. The PRC earlier claimed that Ghanaians are willing to pay close to 75% more for power if the current load shedding improves. Okay, so more on that on the site. Before we go, we'll check out one more story at BBC, and this has to do with Burkina Faso. Story says that Sankara remains Burkina Faso late leader riddled with bullets. So an autopsy shows the supposed remains of Burkina Faso's former leader, Thomas Sankara, are riddled with bullets, his family lawyer says. The family is still waiting for DNA results to confirm the body's identity. Seen as Africa's Che Guevara, the anti-imperialist revolutionary, was hastily buried in a 1987 coup. Permission for an exhumation was denied during the 27-year rule of his successor, Blaise Compaoré, who was ousted in an uprising last year. Okay, so that's it for what we picked here and what we've checked out. If you're interested in any of the stories that you've heard, you can either go to the newsstands and grab the newspapers, or you can click on the websites and then read the stories in details. I'll make way for sports next here on our show. Please stay with us.